Left jab, uppercut, leave you laid out on the floor. Try to duck and roll, hit and miss, now you counting stars. Should've practiced more, should've hit the mask, get out there more. Saying that you're the best. You gotta show me, son, actions over words, baby boy, is you real or what? Talking way too much, world come. Back sports, talking way too much, world come. Back sports, talking way too much, world come. Back sports,
WCS back on the boulevard once again. Good morning to everyone that's in the building. Salute, man. What y'all got going on this morning, man? Big blunts and boxing on deck. So let's get it. What's good? Toby in the building, man. Big shout out to the UK boxing fan base over there across the mother effing pond. Man, you already know when you look at the thumbnail, it's about to be some more hot grease for you. We have to address the obvious, man. We living in an era where there's individuals that lace up, you know, in the hurt business. That's their profession in the hurt business, you know, and we treat them as such. You know, they're going in a tough sport and everything, and we understand that, but we don't get the best fighting the best. And then who we consider to be the best, we don't know if they truly hold down that position the correct way, because when a challenge is thrown out there, all we hear is quack, quack, goose. We hear all these freaking excuses all the freaking time, man. Like, you the best. If you feel there's a somebody from a higher division or a lower division that's calling you out, that can challenge you, and they already established a legacy, well, guess what? You should entertain it, man, if it's possible. So, recently, man, we have to unpack a lot of shit, man. Some stuff was going down on Twitter. You know, Jermell Charlo, as always, he's up there. Mr. Motor Mouth himself. You know what I'm saying? He's always turning the key. You know what I'm saying? He don't put the shit in drive, though. He just goddamn press it right there. You know what I'm saying? In place. He just want to hear the engine roar. That's all. Because he ain't moving. When it comes to that Omaha legend, he ain't moving towards that direction. But he can talk a good game online, y'all. Let's take a gander at Jermell Charlo. 35-1-1, 19 knockouts. Now, I am absolutely trying to stay on topic with this, right? Mr. Pass on deck, what's good? Let me get that up out of here right quick. I'm absolutely trying to stay on topic, right? Like I just talked about Maul Charlo the other night, just out here looking crazy, just setting the brothers back even worse. That was before the filming of freaking Black Panther. You know what I'm saying? Before the filming of Black Panther and Wakanda. He was just out here looking crazy, man. He didn't look like he was in his right state of mind, goddamn slurring and stuttering all over the place. Didn't know what division he was contending in. It just didn't make any sense. But they claim to be twins. You know, one want to separate himself from the other. Big Charlo, little Charlo, whatever the case may be. So as you already know, back in the day, man, Jermell Charlo did an interview with Brian Custer, the Last Stand podcast, right? And it's been making its rounds, you know what I'm saying, since that interview. Well, you may not remember it. I was asking myself before I came on this podcast, should I even play how petty this shit is? You know what I'm saying? Should I even give you a build up as to how many excuses he makes when the name Terrence Bud Crawford come up and he's a heavier dude? He's 154 pounds. He's acclimated. You know how petty this dude is? 35 victories, 1-1, 19 knockouts, right? He fought Erickson Lubin back in 2017. Stay with me now. He fought Erickson Lubin back in October 2017. It's 5 years, people. You look on this man's Twitter, he has that knockout pinned to the top of his Twitter account. Jermell Charlo has that knockout pinned to the top of his Twitter account because he knocked out Erickson Lubin in the first round. Then immediately after that, he went in there and fought Austin Trout. We all know his brother had already fought Austin Trout, but Jermell Charlo tried to go over there, and he was fighting like Baranchik and Cepeda. You know what I'm saying? He was in there trying to damn headhunt like he was fighting with spears, swords, knives. He thought if he missed with a punch, some other weapon was going to pop out and do the job for him. Dude was just missing Austin like it was crazy. And you heard Derek and Jamal ringside to my man, what are you doing? Calm the fuck down. What are you doing? Damn. He tried to go over there and take out Austin Trout better than his brother. That's the stupidity I'm talking about with these two, right? Majority decision. He won a majority decision, right? And then we all know the infamous. He stepped in there with Tony Harrison in December 2018 and lost a unanimous decision. He did, y'all. He lost to UD. I think it's very, very important to remember that day. Because when it came down to it, Jermell Charlo post-fight conference, it was some situations going on with him. You know what I'm saying? If you remember, there's some situations that was going on with Jermell Charlo. His eyeballs start to sweat a little bit. You know what happens when your eyeballs sweat, right? That liquid comes down from the tear ducts. People look at you funny and be like, hey man, what's going on with him? Are you serious? No, he might have allergies. That's what it is. And you got people that are making excuses for, no, that's allergies, bro. Because the pollen count outside is a little bit different than you would think it would be around this time of the year. But no, man, we ain't never seen him like that. Like, for real. You think that's it? Because we indoors. Allergies, it shouldn't have anything to do with anything. We should be good to go. So I'm looking at this, right? The Jamal Charlo shedded a tear after Tony Harrison fight. He shedded a tear, dog. And to me, hold on for a second. So let's remember when Jermell Charlo fought Tony Harrison, December 2018. He took his first loss, right? And in the press conference, the post-press conference, he shedded a tear. His eyeballs were sweating. And that was uncommon for somebody like the Charlos, is always out here running their mouth being disrespectful. If y'all look back at it, right? You remember when Jarrett Hurd was actually the unified champion? How disrespectful Charlo was? You know what I'm saying? Sticker Boys and Duck. What's good, Mr. Dixon? Salute. What's good? Shaw News, the Sauce Experience, a.k.a. Showtime Shot in the building. What's good, man? Appreciate y'all letting me know about my audio, man. I don't know. I mean, maybe time to goddamn invest in the mic because the mic is tapping out. The mic is tapping out for no reason. But when he fought Tony Harrison in 2018, man, he shedded a tear post-fight. All the toughness and everything, all the rah-rah, all the goddamn belligerency, all the damn, being garrulous for no damn reason. That's what he was doing. He was just talking shit, mad, disrespectful to Jarrett Hurd and his family, to my gang and fuck your bitch and all this other shit. I just think back at times like that. How Charlo just disrespected his compeers in boxing. And then now that he was able to complete the freaking Undisputed, we have to bring up the history of how he acted when he took his first loss. Because it wasn't all this shit that he was saying right now. You know what I'm saying? I don't know. Charlo may be afraid of something. He may be fearful of the type of style that Bud Crawford has. When he took that first L, like I said before previously, he fought a fight in between. Jorge Cota, stopped him in 3 rounds, no big deal. Then he turned in there and stopped Tony Harrison in the 11th round. And of course, he fought Jason Rosario, who went in there and had an awesome showing against J-Rock, who had an awesome showing against Jarrett Hurd. You know what I'm saying? That is a time and place where the best fought the best, man. J-Rock, bro, the night I seen him fought Jay Hurd, I say, God damn it. Him boxing like that, I don't see him being beat. I mean, that night was so perfect for J-Rock. That was the best fighting the best, man. And then I found out he was fighting Jason Rosario, checking out his record, the verses that he went in there. But hey, J-Rock, he tried to talk about fighters being ostracized based off one loss and everything. And then he get the title, he have his moment, and then he loses them. So Jason Rosario comes into the frame, unified, and then he runs into Jermell Charlo. Jermell Charlo gets the job done. You know what I'm saying? He gets the job done. Kudos to him. He picks up the IBF and the WBA title, and then he runs into Brian Castaño twice. Got a draw, right? A draw, and then came back and won in a 10th round stoppage. Now, I'm saying all this to bring us to the roundabout, to where we at right now. I've never got no warm and fuzzy for the Charlos that they respect the people who pay for them. I don't know if they respect us like that. I don't know if they respect the fans at all. They always saying dumbass and stupid. So since they consider the fans dumbass and stupid, then I'm going to treat them the same way. I mean, I don't have to sit up here and respect them on a personal level when they don't respect other human beings that's on human hours the same way. You know what I'm saying? Let's go back in time when Brian Custard did an interview with Jermell Charlo, and the name Terrence Bud Crawford was brought to your attention. All right? The name Terrence Bud Crawford was brought to your attention again, buddy. Your energy was goddamn full of excuses. You know what I'm saying? It seemed like you had a fever. It seemed like that name just damn took control of your body. You know what I'm saying? You needed some type of medication. That medication that comes in a bottle called HEART. Because every time Bud Crawford's name come up, you want to put him somewhere else. So we're gonna look back on the podcast when Brian Custer asked him what he asked him, and I wanna see what your thoughts are on it. You know what I'm saying? You can put them in the chat. But peep this out right here, though. Let's go back to when the infamous, Brian Custer mentioned Terrence Bud Crawford's name, and see how quickly he put that motherfucking gear shift and drive, and he tried to speed away from that topic. Pay attention.
That's the last line of business for you before you think about your future, whether it's moving up or what have you. But yes, you alluded to it. Bud Crawford already said, "Hey, look, Errol Spence, I've been wanting that fight for the longest. If he don't want to fight me, then I want to fight Jermell Charlo, Brian Castano winner." What's your take on that?
How about he do what's best and go fight Errol Spence then? Shut up, take a little bit less money, be quiet, humble yourself, and fight Errol Spence, a stud. Do what he say, and then you might be the challenger sometimes. These people.
What's your take on that?
How about he do what's best and go fight Errol Spence then? Shut up, take a little bit less money, be quiet, humble yourself, and fight Errol Spence, a stud. Do what he say, and then you might be the challenger sometimes. These people don't know how to do that. They don't know how to be the challenger. That's his problem. He think he's too high up on the horse. Bob Arum don't give a damn about him. Bob Arum told him to his face he done got lawsuits with his own promoter. You ain't worth shit to me, for real. That mean the man didn't really care about you anyways. You should have just shut up, make the right decision with your people that love you, and then do what you gotta do. Like, it's not my fault that you can't. Hey, they got some studs. Al Heyman only gonna sign the best of the best to me personally. You got Ennis, you got Garcia, you got Thurman, you got people making a name for themselves in your own weight division. Sit your ass in your weight division and see if you can beat one of them. Cause fucking with me, you gonna get knocked the fuck out. I'm a knockout artist, baby. I ain't here to play no games and I don't get paid for overtime. So it's cool, run around with your family and love your family, bro, because this is all we doing it for. We're doing it for our family, but I take it all personal. This is a personal sport to me because I'm the only one in that ring when I get ready to match him up. So I don't see him beating me with the skills that I have and how hard I really go and how hard I train and what I really get in myself. He barely doing it in 2010. They don't even have a system over there. Errol Spence right now is the most dominant 147 pounder that they got. Because why? He proved himself. He done beat everybody in the division that he can. He started stepping on top of everything that he could throughout injuries, throughout tragic situations. Look at Errol Spence Jr. Now look at me at 154. I've been through some things as well. It ain't never compete with what Earl been through. I try to keep my head on straight, but I'm trying everything I can. But I don't know what the future for me is on moving up because my twin brother is at 160. You see, we the three Bash brothers. And then what you got to say?
What happens then with Jamal? What happens with Jamal? Because it seems.
Well, you heard what you heard, right? I mean, should we even act like we didn't hear it?
Me bleed the angry male, the angry twin, the angry whoever.
Absolutely. He is the angry twin. It's been proven. It's been seen in public. He's the angry twin. Real talk. What do you think about what he said? You know what I'm saying? That's a rhetorical question because it's just stupidity and ignorance at its finest, man. He wants somebody to be the challenger. Well, of course, if he's moving up to 154, he's attempting to be the challenger, right? But you want to dictate where he chooses to be the challenger. You want him to stay in his own weight class. I'm telling you, he's trying to call you out. He did call you out. You don't like that. You don't like you have a fighter who's already established. He has a legacy of more divisional championships than you do. He's a 3-weight. He was undisputed before you were. And all we hear from Jermell Charlo is excuses on what somebody should do. I mean, this guy is just straight up with excuses, man. Excuses after excuses after excuses when it comes to Terrence Bud Crawford. Shut up, humble yourself, and learn how to be the challenger. If boxers took that mentality, learn how to be the challenger, so when you become a champion, what are you doing then? You continue to try to excel and try to build upon your legacy, right? Right? So that means if you see other fighters that you think is interesting, you focus your direction, you focus your attention in that direction, and you try to make it happen. That's exactly what Bud Crawford did by calling out Mel Charlo. See, Mel Charlo don't like that shit. To me, it feels like why he's saying he's a knockout artist, he's not sure about that style that handed him his first loss. Tony Harrison has that style that handed him his first loss. Bud Crawford has that style that can hand him his second loss. But he don't want to accept the challenge. He just wants to sit up here and talk up the fight and basically divert all that attention to his stablemate. You know what I'm saying? He just want to divert their attention to his stablemate. This is the same dude who was asked about fighting Errol. He said if he wants to fight him, I'll vacate the titles. And he really want him that bad, he can get him. He don't give a fuck about Errol Spence, man. How many videos do you see of Errol Spence hanging out with Mar Charlo and they just kicking it? How many do you see him hanging out with Mel Charlo and they just kicking it? They're on record as saying he don't have no friends. So he can say what he want and try to put that over on Errol Spence Jr. to take the heat off his ass. But no, motherfucker, that's you, man. If a man call you out from a lower division, it should be easy for you to accept the challenge, bro. But you busy making freaking excuses all the time. Pop on deck, what's good? Let me get to some of these chats. Toby said, great interview by Brian Custon, especially from Bud Crawford. No doubt, no doubt. Shut up and take less money. Yeah, man. You know what I'm saying? Showtime, just shut up and take less money, man. Sound like some damn shut up and dribble type shit, right? But in this instance, nobody's going to do a video about his shut up and take less money because they don't see the interest in it. But if it was something dealing with any slight of racism being involved, any little droplet, if you had a Caucasian saying that about a black, just shut up and dribble, shut up and box. It'll be all over there. Oh, so-and-so's racist. But you have another twin that's behind the mic, drinking on that clear, and up here talking out his head once again. Making up excuses, man, for why they don't want to face Bud. Them dudes are weirdos, no doubt about it. I'm a knockout artist, baby. Yeah, that's what he said. He said he's a knockout artist, but he went to a draw with Brian Castano. Now, granted, he did stop him in the rematch, but he went to a draw. Okay? He went to a draw. And then he lost the decision to Tony Harrison. So, therefore, when you're up here telling people that you're a knockout artist, yes, you do have knockouts to your name. Yes, you did go the distance, majority decision to Austin Trout. Okay? That was just June of 2018. You know what I'm saying? That was just June of 2018 when you start to level up your competition. And then, like I said, you lost your unanimous decision to Tony Harrison. Where's the knockout artist? Oh, Jorge Cota? Got it. Understood. Got it. Pop say salute to the chat. W says salute to you, Pop. He told Bud to be quiet and take less money. I thought it was just me, man. I wasn't trying to go overboard excessively in my interpretation on he's saying be quiet and take less money. It seems like, he would be the one behind the house, man, goddamn telling on you. You know what I'm saying? Back in the day, they offered him some grits. He'd be back there telling on you now. For real. He type of time. Travis, what's good? Don, salute to you. Salute, they mad because Bud is the Frederick Douglass of this ish. They hating on black men who not going to stay in a slave mentality. Look, peep this out. This is the same dude who still had Erickson Lubin knocked out pinned to his freaking Twitter. It doesn't make any sense to me at all. So let's get into the grizzy. the hot grease of it, right? So let's put this tweet up. Once again, Mel Charlo out here talking out his motherfucking head. As always, he feels good about it. It's natural to him. Jamel Charlo put out a tweet 12 hours ago, right? Whenever it came out, it said clout chasing is the new promotions. I guess you should have listened to Bob. Okay? There's a reason why I freaking played the audio that I did with him and Brian Custer, because he talks of Bob Arum. You know what I'm saying? He talks about Bob Arum. He said, you should have listened to Bob. MFer knew what he was saying. At Terrence Crawford, you had a chance to make history for your family. You let the boxing world down. Don't call my name unless you really want to fight. It's different than 154. Now, let's be honest with ourselves. When I'm reading this tweet, I don't know if that's a freaking dash hound at the end of that emoji. I don't know if that's a Yorkie Terrier, a Frenchie. I don't know if that's a beagle down there, but that sure enough ain't a lion. That's sure enough not a lion. To be honest with you, that's not a lion. Because listen to what he's saying. Don't call my name unless you really want to fight. It's different than 154. So how can he come to the conclusion that Terrence Crawford don't want to fight him? And he's been calling your name out. After I go up here and beat Spence, I'm going for 154. That's why you mad back then, even at that podcast, you mad because he was calling you out. How long ago was this podcast? Months ago this year. It's months ago, bro. So what the fuck are you talking about, man? What the fuck is Mel Charlo talking about, man? He's not making any sense at the end of the day. Because, look, Bud has made it perfectly clear. He wants you inside the ring to challenge you, if all possible, for your damn undisputed titles. He says different than 154. Okay, cool. We know that. We know that. It's a higher division, right? We know that. But what does that matter if you're not willing to give the little guy, like you say, an opportunity to come up there and fight you at 154? If you're going around here gloating and being braggadocious, and you want to say what you say when you're playing pool and on the goddamn, live stream and all that shit, why don't you give Bud Crawford a shot? Why don't you give it a shot? So this tweet was put out there. And then, of course, Terrence Crawford, that shit went back to him real quick. You know what I'm saying? So he said, hi, Twin Charlo. How you doing, buddy? Charlo comes up here and he says, why you keep pissing off the boxing world with your stupidity? Now, I want you to fathom this, right? Come on now. Listen, if you're driving on the road, right, don't start breaking out your windows and bumping in retaining walls and shit. You know what I'm saying? Don't pull over in the emergency lane and goddamn throw your hands up in the air like, damn, what the fuck? What kind of life am I living? What world am I in? Please don't do that, man. Try to stay calm with this. This is Mel Charlo now, the loose cannon, the erratic individual, always mad and agitated. He said, why you keep pissing off the boxing world with your stupidity? How long you think that window gonna stay open? Bud and Boo Boo got a lot in common. See, this is just one of those moments where you have to shake your head and say, man, he on some real fuckboy shit. Because now you're trying to group two different situations that don't have no way of blending themselves together. Look, the inception of how the situation went down, whatever he's trying to compare to, is no comparison. He's locked in Boo Boo for damn near a decade now. For whatever reason, him and his brother is holding grudges. But see, Terrence Crawford, he never did a deal with y'all. Terrence Crawford never been in the position to do a deal. All you coming up with here with bogus ass fuckboy excuses all the time, and you always want people to sit up here and show you love off the strength of you being disrespectful to him and talking mad shit about him, bro. How are your fans supposed to embrace you as a fighter and you go out here and just act like they ain't shit? Terrence Crawford ain't never tried to do no deal with you because you won't even let him in the door. You want to talk about what again? The window gonna stay open. How long you think the window gonna stay open? Well, how long you think it's gonna stay open for you? You don't have no rivalries up here. You don't have nobody that you can look forward to except chasing Canelo. You and your motherfucking brother chasing Canelo. And you gonna go on record and say, if he can just come down to 158. Nah, nigga, take your ass up there with your brother. Challenge yourself. Learn how to be the challenger. Shut up. Stop complaining. Stop making excuses. Move up and wait. Learn how to take risk. Because Buzz already did that. From 35 to 47. I don't really have to keep on telling you. You haven't took no risk. You've been at 54. You want to sit up here and say, well, Boo-Boo, Bud and Boo-Boo got a lot in common. Well, you got a lot in common too. You and Triple G got a lot in common. Except he finally was forced to move up out of his position at middleweight. You and Triple G have a lot in common. Your whole entire career, you wanted to stay put. You wanted to just sit your ass right there because you didn't have the confidence to move outside that division. You want to keep talking about my brother's at 60. My brother, so fucking what? You and your brother was at 54 at the same time too. Who gives a fuck? The window's closing for you too, nigga. You ain't young. You are not young anymore, bro. You're not young anymore, bro. You're 32 years old. The window is closing for you too. You don't even have no fights that people really remember, except the Tony Harrison fight. That's it. Tony Harrison made you shed a tear. He went in there and put those gloves on you. He massaged your jawbone with those gloves. You didn't like that. You didn't like that, bro. You know what I'm saying? You know, you're a knockout artist, but like I said before, it was only December 2018 when you took that L, your first L. So in between time, you know what I'm saying, you did what you have to do, got in the gym and able to have some fights. Enough to the point where we seen you up there struggling against Brian Castano. That fight was just last year. I'm not gathering where all this animosity comes when a fighter's challenging one another. Y'all fighters the day and time, man. I swear, the skirts look different. The skirts are really looking different this day and time. You know, back in the day, man, these guys stepped in the ring with each other. We knew we was getting some of the best freaking fighters inside the square. We know it was going to be a hell of a damn firefight. But this day and time, all it is a social media sparring match. That's it. On social media, and let me goddamn talk my shit. And that's where I don't have to worry about no contracts. I don't have to worry about shit. All I got to do is have control of my goddamn home keys and send this message out and press enter. That's all I want to worry about right there. That's it. That's all you have to worry about, y'all. Quack, quack, goose with this nigga. They talk about all this shit going on with Errol Spence walking away from the fight. What was he supposed to do? You know what I'm saying? If you want to give him a fight, give him a fight. You're the undisputed, right? That's an in-house fight. You know, that's another one of Al Heyman's fighters dealing with Terrence Crawford. So he has another in-house fighter, rather. I wonder can he makes that fight. Maybe Al Heyman can make that fight with Jermell Charlo. Because they don't have the confidence in freaking Spence. Maybe they have the confidence in Jermell Charlo stepping in there and making that fight with Crawford. I mean, maybe we can see that shit happen because all I'm hearing is excuses after excuses after excuses after excuses, man. This shit never freaking stops. So look what was said. What Bud Crawford made mention about Jermell Charlo. Jermell Charlo got to understand. He's undisputed. But he's not on my level, nor Errol Spence level. That makes him mad and jealous. He feels like he's supposed to be at the top of the echelon, but he's not. I beat his ass any day easy. This man is telling you. How much more does it? Like, where's the Jared Hurd energy, brother? When you was out here disrespecting him and goddamn just irate for no fucking reason, ill-tempered. Goddamn, you used to walk through the hallway. You see Hurd, a goddamn low-key, you know what I'm saying, calm, cool, collective, and you out there just being a motherfucking erratic, motherfucking juvenile running through the halls, rah, rah, rah all the time. They always got to goddamn hear and see the loose cannon in Jermell Charlo. But when it comes to this boxing, you have a fighter from a lower weight division calling you out. If you are absolutely 100% sure that you can go ahead and get this shit done without getting your ass beat, let that challenger come up. You told him you got to learn how to be the challenger. Let the challenger come up then and challenge you for your titles. That's if you get past your next fight. Let him come on up, bro. Because it seems like Spence fight ain't going to happen down here at 47. This man say he'll beat your ass any day of the week. He'll beat your ass, man. He's put the challenge out there to you. What else do you want, bro? What else do you want? Gooch on deck, salute. Lost all the boxing, salute. Q on deck, man, what's good? This is not flaming him off. This is giving him the same freaking, conversation that he likes. Mel Charlo likes this freaking conversation. Mar Charlo likes it. A little less than Mel Charlo. Mel Charlo loves this type of conversation. The way he be treating fans and shit, talking down, treating us like, we don't matter to him. He don't care if we come see his fight. Anyway, he's still gonna get paid. You know what I'm saying? Showtime say he got that shit in his system and jumped on Twitter. But Bud is hot right now. He all over the interviews everywhere. For sure. No doubt about it. No doubt about it. And for him to get on here and say some shit that, someone's jealous. I don't know what this nigga's talking about. Real talk. I don't know what he's talking about. I just don't get it. When you look at this, tweet right here, how he brought another brother into the equation that has absolutely nothing to do with the process. Like, the situation that happened between him and Boo Boo was actually dealing with business. Terrence Crawford is attempting to try to make business. You can't bring Errol Spence's situation into your situation. When you praise him and for getting past that tragic accident and all this other shit, right? When you praise him, okay, you also have to look at it that you know damn well there's some situations going on just like with all y'all over there. All of y'all seem like y'all got that damn sobriety issue. Call it for what it is. Like y'all got a sobriety issue. You don't like for anybody to tell you about it, but when you go on here and make an ass of yourself, right? You feel like nobody's supposed to talk about it. No, we're going to talk about this shit, nigga. We're going to talk about it. It's never going to be irrelevant. It's going to be relevant. As long as you come on here and keep running your mouth and act like you don't want to damn accept challenges and shit, somebody going to talk about this shit, period. That's just the way it is, bro. Get over it. You make more excuses than any fight I know. You're an undisputed champion and you don't want to fight nobody. Like you have what you call a little fighter that's calling you out from a lighter weight class. And you don't even want to let him into the Lions only. You don't want to do shit but talk, bro. You don't want to do shit but motherfucking talk all the time, man. Shout out to Mr. Gumbo, a.k.a. Hot Grease, on deck, man, with a $10 super chat. Appreciate you there, Gumbo. He said that should be an easy fight to make. Mel versus Bud, because Mel doesn't sell. Talk that shit. Tongue play all day. Tongue play all day. You know what I'm saying? So who's the A side? You know what I'm saying? Who's the A side? Male don't sell. Male doesn't sell, bro. Very, very slick. Slick, slippery. Tongue play. And you know, when it comes to tongue play, WCS, you know what I'm saying? I like when people are slick with the words and everything, especially talking about these clowns right here. Real talk. They setting the brothers back because every time we see them in public, they're intoxicated. So you might have some people out there looking at black athletes and they say, see, look, Charlie, see, see what I mean? You want me to go to that fight? You want me to go see them fight? Look, we really don't even know, right? How much that's affecting them in the ring. Could they be even better if they wasn't doing what they was doing? We don't know, because most of the time we see them out here, they overly energetic and slurring their speech for the wrong fucking reason, bro. They're very artistic when it comes to the liquid. Very artistic. You know what I'm saying? You can always tell they very artistic. The speech, the sound, the way it is, and everything else. People see it right off the back, man. But shout out to Mr. Gumbo for the super chat, my brother. Thanks for the support as always. Be safe out there on those roadways, man. You know? Thanks for pulling up. Toby said, Bruce Gas, damn sorry to hear that, bro. Hope you're both. Bruce Gas, I think, had COVID, right? I hope you're doing better, Bruce. No doubt. Every time people make videos pointing that stuff out, we are haters. And man, shaking my head, we just not in denial. Totally agree with that. You know what I'm saying? Totally agree. How many times we gotta shake our head and look at somebody who's supposed to be the brother? You know what I'm saying? And just unfortunately, right? They're all grouped in the same geographical footprint. They're all in the same boxing footprint. That's real talk. Nice and cozy. And then they decide to snuggle up on camera and do an interview and think, yeah, it's my time to be seen again. Dude, it's some of y'all don't need to be on social media for real. Y'all need to keep y'all ass far away from the microphone, dog, because you got to come on here slurring speech and everything and talking crazy. These dudes crazy, man. Charlo was saying any and everything. He was, man. He was. People need to understand how many excuses he make when it comes to Bud Crawford, dog.
No. I'm a happy person on the inside, on the outside. I love who I love, and if I don't love you and I don't give you the respect, that's because you don't deserve it just yet. So I'm patient with that. Ron Castano, he's running for my dog live in Omaha. I know how Omaha roll. Y'all ain't never seen no real shit like this shit here. Now I like Omaha. They some studs over there. Now I got highly respect for all of them. But nigga, you got some real business to handle with them other 147 pounders. Y'all gotta go out, get out the way to mess with me first. We don't know how many fights we got left. I'm not here to chase that. I'm here to chase one thing, and that's to become undisputed champion of the world.
So since you hear what he has to say, he's already completed that. He's still out here making excuses. If Bud is calling you out, and he's been very polite in doing so, I'm saying he's maintained etiquette and calling him out. He say, you know, when I beat Spence ass, you know, I want to go up there and beat Jermell Charlo ass. He was very polite and held down etiquette when he was saying that. You know what I'm saying? You know, he was coming from the diaphragm when he said, you know, he wanted to go up there and beat Errol Spence and Jermell Charlo ass. I mean, come on, man. He just put a little bit more emphasis into the B. There's nothing wrong with that. But you should when you're talking to Mel Charlo. He's busy worrying about the 147 pounds. He don't have nobody down there except Spence. They don't really fuck with Spence like that, to be honest. You know, every now and then you might see them together, but they ain't rocking out like that, bro. They ain't rocking out like that. But what we do pay attention to is every time they get on the microphone, they got something stupid to say, especially Mel Charlo. He's a loose cannon. He want to talk about who's in Omaha and the boys that he got over there in Omaha. Well, goddamn it, why don't you fight that Omaha legend? That's up to you, bro. Just why don't you fight him? That's all you have to fucking do, Mel Charlo, instead of talking all this noise, man.
At a high weight division. Now, I don't know if I'm going to do it at 160. I don't know if I'm doing it at 154. But right now at 154, I'm that guy. And I've been here domaining for all of these years. It's time they put some respect on my name in the boxing world. And I'm going to stand up for who I am. And I'm going to stand up for what I represent. Now, listen, I sure wish I could be the guy to fight Canelo.
That's the whole thing right there. Him and his brother desperately seeking Canelo. Fuck Susan. Fuck Susan. Jermell Charlo and Mal Charlo is desperately seeking Canelo Alvarez. Saul. They definitely seeking Saul. Not Susan. Saul. That's really who they want right there. Both of them have been on record as begging for Canelo Alvarez. They have been on record has won to the fight. All them dudes in Texas right there, from Errol Spence, Jermell, and Jermall Charlo, all of them have been on record as chasing the Latino fighter, the cash cow. Fuck the brothers. I don't want to damn split bread and break bread with you. Fuck that. I want to go up there and fight Canelo. And this is not even like going out on a limb for them to convince us that they believe that they can beat Canelo. Especially after what they seen from Bivol. Canelo didn't get stopped in that fight. Especially what they seen with him going through the super middleweight division. You still want to go up there and fight Canelo right now? You know what I'm saying? Y'all still want to go up there and try to fight Canelo? So we had one lost puppy the other night that was talking to Bivol and didn't know what division he was in and tried to say, he was up there consolidating belts from 54 to 60. And then to my, we can fight for my belt at 160, man. 160, yeah. 168, fight for my belt, 168, undisputed. You know what I'm saying? If it ain't Mel Charlo over here looking stupid, it's his brother out there looking stupid. And all of them talk to the fans the same exact fucking way. Disrespectful. They don't have no motherfucking class to them at all. They know, they've been out here looking crazy. Jared Hurd proved that Mal Charlo wasn't on that time. He pushed past your twin brother, your blood, your fam, and slapped your brother in the motherfucking face. Why wasn't Jermell Charlo trying his best to goddamn tell Andre, say, hey, Berto, leave me the fuck alone, man. I got it. Why you wasn't trying anything and everything, life and limb, man, to get over there and put hands on Hurd? Why, bro? The Charlos don't want to break bread with the brothers, man. You know what I'm saying? That one brother that he stepped in there with called Tony Harrison, man, he don't want to see no more shady skin like that. He don't want to see that tone. That man made him cry. Like Showtime said, that man went back and tore up the hotel room, dog. I want to know how much they upcharged you on that shit. They didn't give you wholesale price, nigga. They gave you the goddamn full blown freaking incidentals. They upcharged the incidentals. Look, they made Mel Charlo pay for damn near the whole motherfucking side of the building. When he got that tab, I can only imagine what Al Heyman was saying. Well, nigga, you tore this shit up, right? Well, you gotta pay. That ain't coming out my paycheck. That's coming out your paycheck, man. You don't know how to control your temper. Pay the lady. Pay the motherfucking lady, dog. They charged the shit out his ass. He went there and goddamn tore the hotel room. That's how mad he was, bro. Man has a temper problem. He's been known as we call it back in the day, showing out. Period. But I just got one question for you, Jermell. Being that your window is closing too at 32 years old, when are we going to see you step up and step out? You know what I'm saying? When are we going to see you step up and step out, bro? of your comfort zone. Fuck what Canelo got going on. He turned down the PBC situation. He's not going to fight the little Charlo. Canelo's not going to give y'all any attention. Period. And I want y'all to dare to go up here and fight a common opponent of Canelo. Go up there and fight Bivol. Go up there and fight Bivol. I guarantee you I'm going to be a stakeholder that night. For real. Go up there and fight Bivol. I'm going to make sure I do anything and everything to be able to try to take a picture that night ringside. I'm going to have to call Showtime. Hey, Showtime, man, I got 2 goddamn media passes, bro, for us to shoot this fight ringside. I'm going to shoot the fight right off the apron. I want to see when Bivol put those paws on you and you are there laying out. Give me some gin and tonic. Gin and tonic. Just give me some gin and tonic. Goddamn, this feel bad, dog. I can't feel myself. Give me some gin and tonic. Yeah, gin and tonic right now. When Bivol put those hands on him, it's going to be over, folks. It's going to be over for you. Real talk. Real talk. It's going to be over for you, period. He told Bivol, let's for Undisputed. Man, it's a bad look, bro. It's a bad fucking look. Seriously. We here. What's good? What's good? Surcharges, for real. Surcharges out the ass, dog. The freaking incidentals. This nigga went and tore up a hotel room that wasn't even under contract with him doing the fight. They didn't say you have to fight Tony Harrison in a hotel room. They say your opponent that night is going to be Tony Harrison. But nope. He went somewhere, got a little lit, and went back to the hotel room and tore the motherfucker up and had to pay for it. Stupid. And he'll be the same one going around talking about, I made investments. No, you didn't. You paid for a motherfucking hotel room that they had to renovate because you felt some type of way, bro. That's what happened when you're not taking care of yourself the way you're supposed to outside the ring. That shit catch up with you, and you end up having a dismal performance. We want to see you step in the ring with Terrence Crawford in the future. Both of y'all in y'all 30s. Let's see it. Come on, man. Prove to us that you can make that commitment, brother. Real talk. Prove to us you can make that commitment, that you can step in the ring with Terrence Crawford without all the excuses. He's from a lighter weight class. See, can you shut him down? You know what I'm saying? Because the one thing that proves legacy, right? Especially when it comes to the Hall of Fame. People always talk about this. Did you fight someone equal or greater than who you are as a fighter? You know what I'm saying? Your skill set. Did you fight somebody equal or greater? Your skill set. And the only way that you can shut that down with Terrence Bud Crawford is to allow him an opportunity to step in the ring with you. Don't put him in the same class as Boo Boo. Those are 2 different situations, bro. You act like you're trying to convince people to treat Terrence Crawford because he's the hottest topic going today. You're trying to get him blacklisted or shelved or have the fight fans disinterested in who he is as a fighter. That's not going to happen anytime soon. That's not going to happen. You know what I'm saying? It's not going to happen. It don't matter how many podcasts you get on and you talk that same shit to my humble yourself, learn how to be the challenger, take less money, shut up. Sound like a slave to me. Sound like a motherfucking slave to me. What's going on, Balash? Then his coach didn't help him, telling him to do the EJ. He's telling you to do something for a fighter in the same division that you're criticizing right now. He's telling you to do the EJ who contends at 147. You know why he didn't tell you to do them all? Come on, man, do them all. You know what I'm talking about? Do them all. The Molly Mall. Do that shit, man. Why he didn't keep it in the family? Man, do them all. You know we worked in the gym. Do them all, bro. Do them all. Real talk. We just at a point right now, man. The fight is building up next week. Pretty much. Terrence Crawford's going to be in the ring. We're gonna see him. We're gonna see it go down to Omaha, Nebraska, and people can be quiet. Now, if you go on Twitter, right? If you go on Twitter, you're gonna pretty much see some activity. You know what I'm saying? We're going to see some activity from today, probably damn near the next week. You see people up there bringing up Avanesian fight with Igis Kavalaskis. I mean, you've heard people come up with several dozen names for Avanesian. All of it's doing with improper pronunciations, you know, from Ambien to freaking avocado. You know what I'm saying? They're coming up with all these freaking names. But at the end of the day, the one provision that we should care about is that the fact that Terrence is able to get a freaking fight this year. He's going in there against a professional ranked fighter that's in the top 10. And we can't sit up here and fool ourselves like that shit don't happen. So just because it's not Errol Spence and he was sitting on his hands during the holidays, getting paid $0, went a whole entire year without any fights. No, we can't say that because he stood up, went to BOK Prime as a backup plan, and he's getting the fight. I like it. I like it, man. You know what I'm saying? Know how to make those command decisions. I like that shit. You know what I'm saying? I like it. Do what you have to do under your own terms. If you're not willing to take that risk on your own terms and you got to wait for somebody else, then hey, guess what? You're going to always be exploited. And I think that's what was going on with the PBC. They was pretty much trying to exploit the situation, take it out as long as they possibly can, to the point finally they had to just let them know, hey, let's send them this information because the date is pretty much out the window. We can't do shit with the date anymore. And let's let them know that we really want this fight date to foster in 2023. And see what he says. And that's when the information broke. Oh, we have concerns that Terrence Crawford may not be committed to making this fight happen anymore. They didn't go into detail as to why that's the case. They just put it out there. They knew what it was about. It wasn't like they had some other complexity in trying to figure this deal out. They know they attempt to foster that shit for 2023. Real talk. There was nothing that they could say about it. It was fucked up. He made it perfectly clear he wanted to fight in 22. Everybody that was on YTC that was speaking about this and reporting on it, they knew it too. But they didn't want to damn make mention of it because they're trying to protect the guy. So it's all good, man. Maybe Jermell Charlo should look at it like this. If you look at the thumbnail, I put Bud Crawford when he was a younger youth, when he was a youth, right? Maybe me making this thumbnail, that'll give him a little bit more confidence to say, you know what? Looking at his kid picture, I think I can beat this guy. Maybe looking at him as a child will provide Jermell Charlo with just a little bit more confidence to consider fighting Terrence Crawford in the future. Because when somebody get that much amped up based off the little guy from the 147-pound division, but yet he's not giving the fans what we want to hear, talking about, okay, I'll fuck him up. Okay, if you're going to fuck him up, okay, stop talking about boo-boo and all that shit. Keep on talking about you'll fuck him up, and then try to say, okay, let's try to make this fight. After my next fight, let's try to make this fight. You can be completely transparent with the people. Let's make the fight. Because we know we ain't gonna get that transparency when it come to Errol Spence. We know that. Shout out to the boxing section TBS. Salute to you. What's good? Salute to my dogs in the chat. What's good with you? New Media Today, USA Boxing in the building. Coach Malachi on deck. Salute to you, Coach. Peace to my brother WCS. Please hit the like button for my brother. Hey, no doubt. Y'all do the same, man. Check out, subscribe. Check him out weekly. You know what I'm saying? At 3 p.m. sharp. 1500 military time. Spence said he was blindsided. He thought he was fighting November 19th. Spence know damn well when he was at Disney World eating cotton candy and churros, he wasn't fighting on November 19th, okay? All right? When he was goddamn chomping down funnel cakes with extra strawberry topping, he wasn't fighting November 19th. He know that for a fact. When it got a little bit tough for him, when he got on that ride and they pushed back the brace and it was up against his gut, he was like, oh, shit, damn. I got to get back in the motherfucking training camp. Shit, I got to get with DJ. Call my nutritionist up, man. This is getting a little bit snug for me. Fuck. Yeah, he knew he wasn't fighting November 19th. He knew that shit. This is Rob. What's good? So let's look at it this way, man. As content creators, man, I always say, especially for WCS, you should have boundaries, right? There should be etiquette. But sometimes, man, you just got to ignore that shit. You know what I'm saying? Certain situations that should be off limits. And another type of environment or whatever, you might want to show respect. But these guys don't show respect for people, man. These guys don't show respect. Period. You have them all out here looking crazy, talking crazy. Don't even know what damn division he's fighting in. And then you have Mel Charlo still up here acting like a bitter, scorned freaking ex-boyfriend or something. You know what I'm saying? He always got shit to say that don't have anything to do with nothing except rah, 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 rah. Dude, all you have to do is pay attention to the right person. That'll save you all that extra shit. If you want to fight Bud Crawford, just fight him. We don't need no public fucking statements, dog. You know how to get in contact with him. We don't need public statements, bro. We don't need all these rants for you to act like it's an incendiary purpose for you to blow up the internet. Nobody's looking at you like that. So either you're going to fight Terrence Crawford or not, nigga. We're not worrying about what you think this in Omaha. We don't care about none of that shit. We don't care about you. Oh, I'm the man at 154. You are. You got all the motherfucking straps. But what's next? You proving to the people you can emote on demand, but yet we can't get you to emote and make a commitment to face Terrence Crawford or even accept the challenge, bro. You busy telling this man to sit his ass down and box. Take less money. Humble yourself and learn how to be the challenger / slave. Yeah, within your own people. Wakandans. You know what I'm saying? Be that. I don't know what this is about, bro. I don't know what this shit is about with him. These motherfuckers are not showing or displaying the type of mentality for which I seen boxers when I was growing up. You know what I'm saying? It's not like the sport is out of date, but it is seem like it's a bit antiquated, you know, dealing with social media, because boxing should have changed a lot by this day and time. For real. These boxers are getting paid more, and you think they should have some type of cold-blooded mentality about them to go in here and fight some of these fighters if you have all that time off. You should have that cold-blooded mentality like, damn, this is what I'm about. Let the fight fans know. But these dudes ain't trying to shed no blood. You know what I'm saying? They get paid. They sit out for months and months at a time. And then goddamn come back and they fight somebody like Selecki. I hope to God that shit ain't true. I hope to God your brother is not about to fight Selecki, homeboy. Because it's only going to make the Charlos look that much worse. But I'm talking about goddamn. Real talk. It's just certain dialogue I'm not trying to inherit on here. But when Blunt sent me that motherfucking right there, I'll say, God damn. You up here trying to get a fight with motherfucking Bivol? And you might come back and fight Selecki, dude. Man, stop it. Them Charlos, man, I gotta come up with another goddamn line. I gotta come up with another title for them Charlos. For real. I gotta dig deep. I gotta dig deep. You know what I'm saying? And try to find out something else about these Charlos, man. Yeah, I respect Mel Charlo for what he did with Brian Castano and Tony Harrison. 2-0 in rematches. I respect that shit. But like I look at these grown ass men in their 30s and the way they treat other human beings. You know what I'm saying? The type of human time they on is disrespectful, bro. And you know what I'm saying? I'm not even distorting the truth. That's real facts right there. They on some different type of time. Disrespectful. Kate, man, they hating on Bud getting paid. They are, man. Why look, hey Kate, man, why should they even matter that the man is picking up a paycheck knowing that this is a tough sport that doesn't have a retirement plan? It has no retirement plan, no medical benefits, nothing. So if you get an injury in this fight, your insurance is going to take care of that injury. And if you clear the fight in another fight, if you have a residual that's going on with that previous injury, I don't know exactly how this shit works, but if you have a residual pain or something that's bothering you from that particular fight, I don't think that insurance rolls over. I don't think that shit rolls over and say, okay, I got you. Okay, 5 fights ago, yeah, that shit that happened with your elbow, your wrist, yeah, you broke your wrist or whatever, that's still bothering you a little bit, but I seen you had 4 fights after that. That's not something that we have to deal with. That's not our responsibility anymore. Real talk. We're not held liable. You had 4 fights after that. So how we didn't know that you try to land a punch on a fighter and that's how you re-injured that particular area. So those fighters, man, they have to go over there, fight in a professional career, combat sports. Hopefully they make enough money where when it's time for them to get up out of there, it's no hesitation. They out. You know what I'm saying? They out. When it's time to deploy, that final deployment, they go in there, get the fight over with, let the fans know they about to knock the gloves, and call it a career. A lot of them cannot do that shit because they just don't have all the funds to do it. So just think about boxers who have been intentively training the sport of combat and they did nothing else as an alternative. They have no other skills and trades. So when they get out, you find these fighters working in a gym. Not their gym, working in a gym. And they're trainers. And you know, they hoping God and praying that they get with a fighter who potentially can raise up and become a world champion. I mean, that's a long scope, ain't it? That's a long scope right there with the optics. To get out of a sport where you was, let's just say you was fighting on a high level. You got up out of there. Now you're trying to attach yourself to a fighter who was once in your position. I mean, who's now currently in a position that you was once contending in. You was contending to be a champion. Now you got to attach yourself to a fighter and hopefully you can be a part of that team. And they pick up championship and make millions of dollars so you can benefit off that too. I'm just saying, man. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? I'm just trying to put a little bit out there, bro. Okay, man, they think they worth more than Bud, so the jealousy begins. I can believe that, man. I can believe that the Charlos believe or think, you know what I'm saying, have this idea that they're worth than Terrence Crawford. Because when it comes to Stupidified, right, you listen to so much out here in the YTC that deals with how much Bud don't sells, how much Bud don't sells. So I always say, right, I always look at it like you're sabotaging any type of interest from those external viewers that's tuned in trying to see what y'all talking about. They'll listen to these people sit up here and say, oh, this person ain't shit. They ain't sell shit. They ain't did this. What if that type of damn dialogue is discouraging these individuals on the outside? What if you do have some type of effect on a little number of boxing fans that read this negativity, and then it discouraged them from tuning into the fight? I mean, at the end of the day, there's no way that somebody that can understand, they can read English, first of all, they can speak English, you know what I'm saying? And then they can translate English. They totally understand what it is when someone's speaking to them in English. So they're hearing all of this goddamn freaking insults and obscenities and extreme in-depth criticism of Terrence Crawford. And it's quite opposite of what they've been hearing. That, oh man, I just can't wait that Terrence Crawford Errol Spence fight happen. Just can't wait. I listen to so and so's channel out there. Go check it out. They go out here and motherfuckers just goddamn complaining, whining, just talking why the fight is not gonna happen. So and so ain't did this in his career. His opponents suck. All of what he's done is none and void. It doesn't make any sense. And those people up there like, what? I thought they were saying avidly that this fight was what you want to watch. That's not the case. That's not the case. On here, they're not even halfly joking, bro. They're dead ass serious with believing that shit. Unless you have an encounter at 7-Eleven. Once you have that encounter at 7-Eleven, that shit really changes things up a little bit. You know what I'm saying? Hunter on deck, what's good? He said, as a fan, I care about Bud not fighting Spence. But as a working man who works for a living, I get what Bud is doing. Isn't it all about making your own money? He has kids, man. He has kids. What is the unfeeling part about that? Where does the numbness come from, Hunter? The man has kids. Look, you just simply put it out there as a working man. So are these fighters not working? So should he not believe the same as being a working man, and he needs to provide for his family? Absolutely. Absolutely. Terrence Crawford doesn't have to drum up support, public support, to take that initiative to step into the ring, knowing he would have been out for the entire year. He doesn't have to drum up public support. He doesn't have to send out consensus. Hey, man, I'm doing a live stream today on IG. I just want to get your input on what I should do next. Y'all tell me. I work for you. Y'all let me know what you want to see Bud Crawford do next. Should I just wait to 2023? Or do you want me to step in the ring against an opponent this year? Please, let me know. I love you all and continue to support Terrence Bud Crawford. It's just not the way it is, bro. That's just not the way it is, man. Real talk. That's just not the way it is, man. You're a working man. You have to really, you know what I'm saying, make that command decision for those loved ones around you. It's an obvious situation. It doesn't need any deep thought. If the man wanted to get paid and he needed an opponent to dance with, and BOK Prime was putting him up on that stage in his hometown to get that money, why not commit? Why not sign all the documents? You know what I'm saying? And make the shit happen. This is a real positive effect. He's getting paid and he's doing what he loves. What is wrong with that, bro? Look, there are correct and incorrect choices. This is a correct choice. You know, you want to know how it's a correct choice? Because 2023, we understand that Gervonta is at the top of the calendar. But we haven't heard anything about this so-called quote-unquote ghost opponent that Terrence Crawford was supposed to face. We haven't even heard a fight date on this dude at all, bro. So explain to me why people out here just dogging the man out for going in there fighting David Avenesian. Explain to me the emotional element that goes into this. Why people are so stressed the fuck out and they're not a part of the team. They're not a part of the fight camp. They're not a part of a whole lot of elements that goes into this fight camp. So why are you out here complaining and whining on YouTube, coming up with all these names for his opponent as if it's going to stop the process? It's not going to stop the process, people. Travis, hate on black brothers, man. That's what it is on this YTC. Once again, it's not all the brothers hating on one another, but a lot of the time when the needle point touched the record, you hear the same motherfucking song, man, from the same channels. They playing that shit over and over and over again. The motherfucker is scratched, all to be damned. But they continue to put that same needle on there. There we go, right here. Put that hate record on that motherfucker. Yeah. We come with straight vitriol today. Spin that motherfucker. Yeah, we want everybody to listen. We want to give them week-to-week turbulence, nigga. We want to give them negativity, everything that you want to hear. For those of you that don't like Terrence Crawford, we're going to all get together and come up with the same storylines and topics. And that's what fuck everything up. D-Lo on deck, what's good? He said everyone forgot about Spence saying his babies can't eat no belts. Crawford babies can't eat no promises. God damn, D-Lo up here dropping that fire. Hey, man, salute to you. I like that, man. I like that. I got to read it a second time, bro. You know what I'm saying? For the goodwill and welfare of those who's in the chat supporting WCS, he said everyone forgot about Spence saying his babies can't eat no belts. Crawford babies can't eat no promises. Oh. What? He put that poison on that shit, bro. You know what I'm saying? Crawford babies can't eat no promises, man. Promises don't pay. A promise is something that you have to foreclose on. A promise could be right then and there, but with no specific destination. You know what I'm saying? You don't know. You have to understand who you're speaking with to make that promise. Are they honest individuals or scoundrels? You have to find that out with a promise. And in this particular case, I'm not going to say there were scoundrels involved, but all I'm saying is it seems like it was a bit of deception in there. Everybody was hyped up for November, but yet they already had a preset agenda for 2023. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. A preset agenda, 2023. I can only get up here and denounce all the rhetoric that's been put out there. I always talk about somebody ducked the fight, why he didn't sign the contract. Listen, signing the mother effing contract would have put him in 2023, an entirely different calendar. He made it perfectly clear, very lucid, that he wanted to fight this motherfucking year. The contract, the draft, the term sheet, when they was exchanging back and forth, man, when they was doing those tennis exchanges, right? And there was love to love. When that information came back, and it was for 2023, he got up and left the court. I mean, come on, what's wrong with that? You're talking about grown fucking people, man. He left the motherfucking court. I'll revisit this another day. End of discussion. I'm out. I'm not going to sit up here. Y'all, I'll sit up here and let y'all know point blank. I want to fight this year. And y'all sitting up here giving me some, like passing a final revision to me. Like now it turns into a quiz. It's a fill in the blank type shit. And he walks away from it. So I'm giving him the salute. I'm saying, goddamn, at least you had options. Like we say in the military, improvise, adapt, and overcome, right? You have to be able to make those decisions. And I think, real talk, I think Crawford had as much spontaneous conversations with Al Heyman all the way up to the limit where he says, no further I can go with this shit, and I'm about to egress. Once he chose to egress from the situation, then that's when the damn torchlit parades lit up, and everybody wanted to gather in the private chats on Discord or wherever your ass is at, and they wanted to come up with these damn false-ass, fake, funky narratives about freaking Terrence Crawford. He ducked, and he didn't want to fight, and all this other shit. That sounds good for views, for those freaking cult members that's supporting you. It's all good, all right? But them too, remember, those same individuals who's listening to the rhetoric that you're putting out, they're also on human hours. And it's going to come a point in time that they're just sitting there chilling, relaxing, and they're going to start really filtering through the bullshit. And it's up to them for the bullshit that they filter and they digest. It's up to them to return back to the platform for which they heard it. That's all. That's all they got to fucking do. They either going to be smart about it or they're going to be dumb as fuck. That's it. It's their fucking choice, man. If they choose to revisit, knowing damn well that the information didn't have the type of validity that they was looking for, and they choose to return, then they want the dysfunctional relationship. They love the abuse. They love all that shit. Lie to me, please. Please lie to me. I want you to lie to me one more time. Lie to me. Just lie to me one more time. No, stop it, bro. Stop it. Shout out to Town Business, Sports, and Entertainment. What it do, Town? What's good with it, bro? They say they don't like Bud, but they sure use this picture and title update videos. Well, popularity has skyrocketed. The asking price has went out for Spence fighting nothing less than 50-50. Damn, Town want to come over here and use the 5050 effect. The audacity of him to come over here and use the 5050 attack. Look, Town, you remember when that 5050 was initially presented to social media, right? You know how deeply people became distressed. Erratic behavior was witnessed there, Town. I'm telling you, bro. They was like 50-50. What the fuck? Huh? You out your motherfucking mind? Crawford don't deserve no 50-50. These motherfuckers was goddamn upset, dog. They had little tolerance. Every time Crawford name popped up, them motherfuckers running through the streets. You talking about conflict. You talking about, look, him stepping in there fighting Avanesian. Imagine this, right? He steps in there and he finished Avanesian, right? He finished Avanesian. And like he's been on record. You have to put this in consideration, Town. We have to wonder to ourselves if indeed he's going to be able to get past his next opponent. We have to take that in consideration before we think about Crawford, who we have confidence is going to go in there and disperse his next opponent, because they don't think his next opponent is anything. They think it's shit. But imagine if indeed the entire negotiations are different because of him stepping in there with Avanesian, just like you said. He steps in there, he finished Avanesian, and then he goes into negotiation 2023, and it's different. Yesterday's price isn't today's price. What if that is indeed the case? Does it make it any easier for Crawford to go in there and negotiate with Spence? Cape Man said December 10th is BOK Prime Day. It's over. It's other events also trying to get in the way after finding out and hoping BOK doesn't pay-per-view well. Hey, Cape Man. Top Rank is definitely not getting in the way. Hey, bro, they can't nobody compete with that card, bro. I don't care who you are. They ain't trying to get in the way. They are the way. Shit. Hey, on December 10th, they're the way, the truth, and the light. I'm just being honest, bro. You ain't fucking with that card. That card is super duper heavy. Dude, do you know the talent that is on that fucking card? It ain't. That's the way, the truth, the light, bro, on December 10th. No, not gonna be okay. Everybody's still trying to see how what this excursion turns into. They want to see how smoothly it operates and everything. That's all we can do, man. Town say, tell Errol Spence to humble himself and take half. Bud been paid his entire $10 million up front while sitting up waiting for Al Hammond to decide how much he's worth. Hey, somebody earlier town said that Bud Crawford can't feed his kids all promises. Just like Errol Spence say he can't feed his kids all belts. That's facts. That's fact, man. Real talk, you don't even have to think about that shit vigorously. That's a simple one right there. There's no dispute. You know what I'm saying? It's no dispute. It shouldn't be no defiance in that shit, bro. He over here getting 10 mil, and then you got people up here hating when he did the interview recently, and he said he already has half of the money. They don't want to look. They don't want to believe that. You know they're gonna go immediately against the grain on that. That's just who they are as people, man. They don't want to yield. They say, fuck all that, man. I don't want to yield to this dude. I'm aggravated. These motherfuckers are going to stay aggravated until something comes up that they can talk about that favors Errol Spence Jr. I'm not talking about the clear glass. I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about something dealing with boxing as far as, the contract and everything, negotiations going a further distance than they did before. You know what I'm saying? We're not talking about any more of those TikTok videos. You know what I'm saying? We're not talking about that. Because maybe Errol Spence can be a little bit more closer to the negotiation table if this fight does revisit itself. The only way it can revisit itself is that Errol Spence basically commits to his next fight. Whoever that may be. And then you have to ask yourself, do the fans want to see Terrence Crawford, Errol Spence if he loses his belts? Of course not. Of course not. But will Bud Crawford want to fight the winner if it's no rematch clause? Because believe it or not, Al Hammond trying to keep these fights in-house, right? So a rematch clause in there, come on, man. I mean, it's not impossible. It's not far-fetched, but it might be a rematch clause in there. You never know, man. Get 2 for 1. Shout out to Captain Chaos on deck, man. Say, yo, come back. Can you please tell Blue to stop wearing the same Adidas black track jacket all the time? Homie looking broke. Nah, man. It is what it is when you whiff that. When you whiff that, man. You just take a deep whiff. It'll tell you everything you need to know there, Chaos. I don't really care about what the man wear. I don't care, man. Real talk. I really don't care. I don't get no more type of freaking motivation off what he wear. I'm just talking about what he says. A lot of bullshit. Unique Don, what's good, man? He said, my city is going to respect December 10th regardless of the regurgitated Crawford hate. We ain't worried about simps. Talk to him, bro. You know what I'm saying? Talk to him. He say, we are not worried about simps, regardless of the regurgitated Crawford hate. Regurgitated. And that's exactly what we listen to out here, man. Absolutely no question. They want the impact results to be at a high scale, don't they? If they continue to talk about this man on their thumbnails over and over again, they want it to be in a defaming manner rather than putting him out there in a way that more fight fans are tuning in. And that's exactly what happened. More fight fans have been tuning in to Bud Crawford. You know what I'm saying? Those who may have little known of who he was, they know about him now. It's no question. There's no question, man. You know what I'm saying? He's really getting a lot out of the gross when it comes to the attention that the listeners are paying him. Whether it's on Twitter, IG, YouTube, the podcast, people are tuned in. He's the hottest topic out here, bro. You know what I'm saying? He's the hottest topic out here. And you know, like we always have to say, we have to keep this on point that he made a damn good decision. Seriously. How much criticism would he have gotten if he chose just to hold steady? How much criticism you think Crawford would have got if he just held steady? He wouldn't have did nothing. You know what I'm saying? Act like he was incompetent. Decrepitude. You know what I'm saying? Decrepitude set in. Like he didn't have the sense to be able to handle that independency that he now has without a promotion. What if he fumbled and he just held steady? He didn't take that move, you know what I'm saying, to say, okay, this is what I need to do. Me and my team, we're not going to push the envelope too much, y'all. I'm serious. I don't want to piss him off. No, they went all the way in. All the way to the point where Crawford had to say, well, hey, check this out. Why don't we just go into the office and don't leave until a deal is made? No way. I have to tend to my mother on the West Wing. How dare you? I mean, come on, man. I always put it out there. Crawford learned a lot in this negotiation, bro. And when he says Spence was nowhere around, I believe him. You know what I'm saying? I believe him. And look, to everyone that's tuned in, understand this. If too many people on this YTC behave alike, you have to think to yourself, why are they acting the way they acting? And why are they so easily influenced? You have to ask yourself that. If they all behave alike and the language is the same, why have they made the choice to speak on such a biased-ass narrative? They had to make the decision to do so. So if they chose to say the same fucking thing about Terrence Crawford all the freaking time, and it's act like it's calm for them to say that, they so carefree and forthcoming with it, it's easy, then hey, don't be mad at nobody except yourself at the end of the day. See, me, I don't torture myself listening to shit, and you know, I can hear it, right? I can hear it. I do. But I don't listen to all of it. Like, I hear what they saying. I only take what I want from it. Really, it doesn't sit with me outside of if they do a live and they being extremely biased. I hear it, but doesn't mean I'm listening to all of it. It's called a pointer, and I can fast forward through the replay. I don't have to sit and hear everything. I'm just gonna fast forward through this, fast forward through that. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes there's overlapping involved. I have to go back and, you know, trying to do time codes and shit. Boom, let me write that time code down right there. Let me get that receipt right here. Okay, boom, boom, boom. And that's how it is, y'all. Coach said, man, Bud is loving this shit. No doubt, Coach. No doubt. Buckle Up Boxing Talk. No doubt he's loving it, man. Look, I didn't even really pay attention because I don't think too much of it to see if his subscribers or anything, not subscribers but followers, have had a fluctuation in numbers. I really haven't paid too much attention to it. You know what I'm saying? Because I feel like at the end of the day, a lot of these athletes and just civilians in general, if those subscribers that they have just gave them $1 each day, whether it's on their Cash App or on their live or whatever, it'd be a lot of freaking wealthy people on social media. Seriously. But the belief is that shit doesn't happen. It doesn't go down like that. It takes a lot, man. Seriously, it takes a lot. It takes a lot for that shit to happen the way you want. Yeah, they aggravated so bad, like they about to have a baby. I'm telling you, hey, you have to ask yourself, Kate, man, why are these people all behaving the same? Why have they all bonded together to say, okay, we just gonna group up and hate on one fighter? There's thousands of fighters out there, right? Not so much on the elite level, okay? Not so much on the elite level, but there's so many fighters out there that you can hate on. Deontay Wilder goes through the gauntlet for a trilogy, and they pretty much said, okay, that's the outcome we was looking for. He got knocked out. Clearly, we're gonna leave him alone. We're not gonna talk too much about Deontay Wilder. And then they switched their focus over to Terrence Crawford. It's not even the same rivalry. Like Deontay Wilder was in a rivalry with Tyson Fury. Terrence Bud Crawford and Errol Spence is not even a rivalry in the ring. That's what I'm trying to say. It's not even a rivalry. Even Terrence Crawford haven't even fought the same opposition at welterweight twice. Who has Errol Spence fought twice, bro? These fighters are not fighting opposition twice to develop a rivalry, man. You got to get the crowd into it. How do you do that? Man, fight somebody of interest that's a little bit of a fan favorite to the crowd that you can contribute to also. You compliment them, they compliment you. That the fans want to come see. But you're talking about Kell Brook, Sean Porter, Danny Garcia. You know what I'm saying? The Keith Thurmans. I'm just talking about in reference to other fighters that's out there. Keith Thurman never fought Danny Garcia and Sean Porter twice. Like what are we doing, bro? He didn't fight Mikey Garcia twice. Even Terrence Crawford, he didn't fight Kell Brook and Sean Porter twice. Igis Kavalaxis twice, Jose Benavidez twice, Jeff Horn twice. Like, where are the rematches for us to get a rivalry going? People act like these guys have stepped in the ring already. Allow them, no matter what your indifference is, to big up the fight enough for these guys to split the ropes and go in there and fight. That's it. Listen to these motherfuckers out here, boy. It's very corrosive. At the end of the day, man, they ain't trying to help build up no fight. It's not a healthy injection of media coverage and content creation. This shit is corrosive, bro. To the weak, feeble-minded individuals that tune into this shit, that's eagerly influenced, yeah, this shit on here is very, very corrosive, man. And on that, what's good with it? They were in Burning's chat again last night complaining. Hey, I was over there. I was listening. I was listening to some of those people that was over there trying to get attention. They just want to be recognized, bro. And some people that was over there, I'm not even gonna put it out there, but at one point in time, you put something up there that seemed a little bit racist. You know what I'm saying, back in the day, but yet you over on freaking Bernie's damn chat trying to hype up Crawford now. What changed, man? What changed? You know who you are too. You know who you are too. Seriously, real talk. Well, the only thing I can say about this situation, right, is how do we itemize this on the spreadsheet? It's tough. Because it just seems like in 2022, all this shit was locked in for the greater good. You know what I'm saying? It just seems like, well, we where we want to be with them in talks. Okay. Spence defeated Ugas, picked up the third belt. Now the consolidation factor is here. We have a 3-1. All right, metric going on. We already know who the unified title is. And all we was listening to months and months of this, that, and back and forth, and then for it not to happen. We know all the fine details. We know all the motherfucking fine details. Now, it's a bit out of place. Because now we have both fighters that has to step in the ring before they revisit negotiations. We're not sure what Spence has got going on because we haven't heard no fight announced or anything. But Crawford's definitely going to be in there next week. And then you turn around and you have to say to yourself, well, can Spence beat a Keith Thurman if that's who is going to be his next dance partner? Can he defeat him? That's an awkward type of damn speculation, huh? This is the fighter that he didn't want to fight. He didn't want to step in the ring with him for every reason. He wanted them to treat him like boo-boo. Them guys over there seem like they want to hold grudges rather than goddamn handle the shit in the ring, which it doesn't fulfill me at all when it comes to supporting your ass. That doesn't fulfill me. It's saying, oh man, that's what I like to see out of him. I like to see him hold grudges and get angry. We don't know if Spence can get this done, bro. You know what I'm saying? We don't know if he can actually go in there and defeat Keith Thurman. Keith Thurman didn't look that well against Barrios. Like, it was a fight. Him get back into the groove, get his rhythm back and all that shit. But if we get a rejuvenated, energized freaking Keith Thurman to go back in there, the fight's going to be interesting. I don't see this fight being like a Yardenas Ugas, man. If Keith Thurman comes in that motherfucker and has the orders, it'll play out. We seen one light skin come in there and move around and get beat up for 12 rounds. Let's see if freaking Keith Thurman's on a mission to fight. Because it just seems like PBC don't want to take these belts on the outside, man. They want to keep this shit in-house. Al get a piece of the pie two ways. And that's not the first language that we've heard when promoters or managers or advisors or whatever, they want to keep the shit in-house. Because, they make more money that way. Let's see how that works, man. We just want to hear no substitutions now. And like I mentioned the other day, if indeed Terrence Crawford has been on record as saying he want to revisit this fight after the Avanesian fight, is there any type of substitution? Then so be it, goddammit. We're not going to spend months upon months up here talking about, look who's next. That so-and-so should be scared. Everybody I talk to, if it's not Errol Spence Jr., then let it be Jaron Ennis. The real boxing fans I talk to, let it be Jaron Ennis. Let's go. For real. No need to write no open letters. No need to talk about no murder mysteries and shit. If Jaron Ennis is the next in line for his mandatory next year, then so be it. Let's see that fight. Because there's no way I want to go 12 months to my, oh man, we thought it was gonna be Jaron Ennis, but it was Carlos Ocampo. No, let's get in. Let's goddamn have Jerron Ennis up in there, and let's get it in. Let's go. Let's see. I'm tired of talking about this shit. But man, y'all be great, man. Appreciate y'all for pulling up. I'm not gonna stay on too long, of course. I'll be back on a bit later. I did read some of the people who left that shit in my DM about what I spoke about last night. Listen, this is the fact of it all. All right? This is without any type of hesitation to what I have to say. If you don't like what I'm saying, all you got to do is just take a little walk through the YTC and read and listen to the shit. Some of you seem like you're a bit lethargic when it comes to gathering evidence. You'll come on here and use excess energy writing in my DMs and sending me shit as if I'm absolutely wrong, but I'm trying to tell you, the receipt is what the receipt said. I didn't make this shit up. Y'all continue to go up here and talk about me commenting on something, but all you got to do is listen to this.
Energy, but that's exactly what we talking about. Right there. That man did not say out his mouth he wanted to fight no Bud Crawford. He did not say that, man.
I don't know how many times you got to be told. The man said it right there twice. The man did not say he wanted to fight Bud Crawford. So take your punk ass on and stop leaving comments, man. Like you goddamn sitting at the bar inebriated and goddamn popping pills and shit. And now you say, you know what, fuck me, man, I'm goddamn, I'm going to send WCS a message, man. Fuck that nigga, man. Let me go to his IG, and I'm going to go send a message. Man, fuck that, man. I'm going to make a point out of him. I'm going to make an example out of his ass tonight, dog. Hey, bartender, give me another round. And you want one? You want one? Hey, give us all around. Double shots. You know what I'm saying? Shout out, Kate, man. Thank you for pulling it up, bro. New Media Today said, yes, sir, I don't believe in protecting fighters. If the fighter is who you say he is, all of the top fighters should be fighting top competition. Fact, man. I don't choose to invest that energy anymore, coach, to this particular duo. If it's going to be one of those type of broken points of conversation, like people just don't want to entertain it anymore, I'm cool with it. But don't keep acting like there's going to be some type of matrimony between these two when it comes to boxing, and it never happens. You know what I'm saying? Oh, we've been talking about this type of shit for 6 or 7 years. Oh man, I know this is the year right here. We in 2025 already, bro. Nobody wants to continue to go down that decline. No, we want to level out and we want to go up from there. And you know what I'm saying? We want to see, can it actually come to a agreement that the shit can be signed, bro? So we can clear up every fucking thing. We don't want to go into 2023 and before you know it, you don't put 3 months in this bitch, 4 months in this bitch, 5 months. And we're really talking about the same shit. And we haven't even got any further up for any further progress than we had before. You know what I'm saying? Just constant content. So-and-so ain't doing this. So-and-so ain't doing. Listen, this is what we know for sure. We know the Spence have a tough fight coming up. And that's what it is. Period. We know Bud has a tough fight coming up. That's what it is. You can take it however you want. You know what I'm saying? You can be open-minded about it or narrow-minded. But at the end of the day, when 2023 move around, and if Errol Spence gets a fight, they're going to be scrutinized just like they're going to scrutinize Bud next week. People are going to be tuned in because a lot of y'all want to see him lose. Boom, he get the job done, now it's up to Spence. It's no more. Either Spence is going to fight or he's going to vacate the shit. And now you're going to be left out here looking crazy, sounding crazy, and coming in here talking about what else is he was supposed to do? He wanted to fight with Crawford, and Crawford left and went to BLK. He ruined it. No. We're not doing that. But y'all hold that shit down. Continue to rock out with WCS, man. It's always a pleasure having y'all on deck. You know what I'm saying? Remember, Terrence Crawford can't feed his kids off promises now. He can't do it. Y'all hit the like button on your way out, man. Sub to the channel. And we shall do this again, man. I am out. Salute.